Massive move incoming, report reveals new Grizzlies target as the Grizzlies look to beef up their weapons next to Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. There are a couple names being floated around. Are they a good fit for Memphis, and which guy do you think we're more likely to get? We'll get into that content in just a moment, but what's going on, everybody? Jared Alatorre here for another episode of Grizzlies Digest. Once again, working for the weekend. We want to bring you these videos because we're on the road to 1K subscribers. Y'all doing a great job. Thank you so much to everyone who's contributed, engaged. You're engaging in the comment section, hitting that subscribe button. We want to appreciate that. But also, again, on the road to 1K subscribers, 93% of you watching these videos, got to hit that subscribe button so you never miss another upload from us. It's going to be a very busy off season, folks, and we're just getting started. You know, we want to get all these signings and trades and rumors all out to you guys because you know, we're like a big Grizzly family now. And of course, you hit that subscribe button, it's free $99. And going into the content, the Grizzlies are a team that have been linked to Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That's per Jake Fisher, a known NBA reporter / writer. Memphis is expected to be a player in the mid-level market this off season. So Alexander-Walker has been with the Minnesota Timberwolves for the past few years, and he's the cousin of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And a little bit more on Alexander-Walker, as you can see, his name barely fits on there on the little text bubble. But 26 years old, 6'5", and he seems like he's growing pretty much every year. 9.4 points a game, 3.2 rebounds a game, 2.7 assists per game, and you can see his three-point percentage at 38%. I think he's going to start to get better shooting the basketball, but again, classic 3-and-D guy who has great length, I think, and he's a great corner shooter. Right there, shooting 47% on his corner threes. And I think he has great length, great size. I think a guy like Jay McDaniels, is a guy that you want to see in a Memphis uniform who can play and guard pretty much at any position. 6'10", I think he is. But for Alexander-Walker, another 3-and-D guy who's kind of like KCP. Desmond Bane started to get really good offensively. Probably had his best season last year, but you talk about Alexander-Walker in some of these discussions, and I think it's a great fit. You think about a guy like him, and you think, okay, well, we could use more shooting, we could use more defense. The Grizzlies obviously had a problem last year defending the ball. They could score any which way possible, but they just couldn't play defense, and that's exactly what Memphis needs. And another report here from The Athletic, Nickeil Alexander-Walker has likely priced himself out of Minnesota. The Timberwolves are trying to stay under the second apron to avoid repeating penalties, on roster construction. And with Julius Randle and Naz Reid both locked in, Alexander-Walker appears to be the odd man out. And he's expected to land a deal for at least the non-taxpayer mid-level exception, which is too rich for the Wolves to go to and not go over the second apron. So Minnesota, I'm not going to say they have the same problem as Boston once did. They got rid of Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis like I had talked about for the last month or so. But we're talking about non-taxpayer mid-level exception. Going back to that first report, I mean, there you go. Memphis is expected to be a player in the mid-level market this offseason, and that links right to Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Again, 6'5", same height as Desmond Bane, so you're not trying to, it's not easy to replace Desmond Bane, and you think you've already got that with Cedric Coward. But again, you can never have enough 3-and-D guys on a team, right? So getting Alexander-Walker, I think, would be huge for this team. I think it'd be great for this team. But like I said, you can leave a comment in the section down below your thoughts on Alexander-Walker. It looks like he is the perfect fit, not just for Memphis, but also the mid-level market. I mean, he's going to be a name that's going to be continuing to float around for these next few days. So we'll have to watch that, no doubt. And then another guy I wanted to talk about was Jerome. And this is from Mark Stein in his latest report. The Grizzlies are a team that keep coming up as a potential suitor for Ty Jerome. The Charlotte Hornets have also been a team linked to Ty Jerome, and he had one of his best seasons in a Cavalier uniform last year. And I thought, looking at him, Sam Morril shooting the basketball, it looks like Sam Morril is going to stay in Cleveland. Or Sam Merrill, excuse me. Always get that confused. But I think Ty Jerome is also a good fit. And not just that, but hey, he's from the University of Virginia. Same school as Jay Huff. He was teammates with Jay Huff in that 18-19 championship season. One of my favorite college seasons, by the way, of all time. One of my favorite champions of all time, the Virginia Cavaliers back in 2019. So Ty Jerome is a guy that speaks to me as a guy that can facilitate, but his shooting is just getting better. I think he's getting better as a dribble driver. But the thing that got him to where he is now is his shooting. And I think he's a very lethal defender. And I think that he's just getting better every year. And when you talk about guys like Alexander-Walker, Ty Jerome, they're a bit different. Like, I think Alexander-Walker's focused on both ends of the court, but then when you talk about Ty Jerome, I think he's getting better defensively every year, but his shooting is what's really the meat and potatoes of what I think could be another great fit for Memphis. So, I mean, that's Ty Jerome right there, and I just have a lot to say when it comes to how he's grown so much. These are two young guys kind of in their mid-20s. Yeah, I guess it depends on like how you define a young guy. Do you want to say he's Cooper Flagg, he's 18 years old? Is he just coming out of college? Is he Cedric Coward, 21, 22 years old? But I think that these guys right now, Alexander-Walker, Ty Jerome, they're at the perfect age to where they can go somewhere else and really excel their game. I think there's a better chance the Grizzlies get Alexander-Walker, even though I like Ty Jerome. Like I said, he's been getting better each year. But if you're looking for someone who's more nitty and gritty and who can play on both ends of the court consistently, I'd say Alexander-Walker is probably the better fit for Memphis. But again, you can never have too many guys like Ty Jerome who are just, lighting up the court with their incredible shooting. Cleveland, they got a lot of great shooters. They got Mitchell and Garland. We talked about Sam Merrill and Ty Jerome as well. Dean Wade, pretty great shooter as well. Evan Mobley, he's been getting better shooting the ball. So the Cavaliers, I'm not sure exactly what their plan is, but they got plenty of pieces to consider. They got a lot of things to consider, but knowing that they were the 1 seed pretty much all season long in the Eastern Conference, now that they were eliminated by the Pacers in the semifinals, maybe they move some pieces around. Maybe they try and, I don't know how you can get better if you're the Cleveland Cavaliers, but losing a guy like Ty Jerome for them would be pretty monumental in my opinion. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. You can like this video, comment on this video, share this video, leave a comment down below your thoughts on Alexander-Walker and Jerome, possibly in a Memphis uniform. I think that'd be fantastic for either one of them. But that's going to do it for us. Jared Altor saying so long for Grizzlies Digest. It's going to be a very busy week, folks. We'll see you in the next video. Have a great one.